watching WUFT TV News.
Jacob.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Welcome to the WUFT News First at 5 blooper reel. It's Thursday, April 21st. I am main anchor Marie Edinger.
And I'm the better anchor,
No.
Connor Ingalls. We've had our ups and downs and all around this semester. For instance, sometimes in the show, the so-called unsung heroes turn out to personally victimize us anchors and reporters for no reason and just make us look terrible. That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Olivia.
Thank you.
Well, if you plan on going to a movie or really doing anything outside of the house in the next few days, you might need a jacket.
I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Washington.
Well, while the world and prevent future wildfires. According to Ocala fire rescue officials, a fire that was
The Gators haven't played in over a week, and Butler says they've put that time off to good use. Okay, well, she did say that. You'll just have to take my word on it. Moving forward, Gator softball, we'll see. Thank you, Ryan. Before we go, one last check on the weather.
Here's Amanda.
I want to walk you through future track.
Good evening. It's January 11th. I'm Marie Edinger.
And I'm Taylor Shea. Thanks for joining us. It was cold today, and it looks like those temperatures are going to drop. We're not.
After multiple incidents nationwide where hoverboards have burst into flames, the
WUFT News First at 5 is just getting started. Coming up, we'll detail President Barack Obama's very last State of the Union address.
Plus, the latest on the drug lord known as El Chapo. He's back behind bars, but still a point of issue in both Mexico and here in the U.S. Those stories and more coming up after the break.
And are you thinking warm thoughts on this January evening? How about tropical? Coming up, I've got something very rare to show you.
WFT's Alexis Gaffin joins us live from the newsroom. Alexis, you were there in the midst of all the action. What was going on there today?
Well, guys, the civil trial in St. Pete could last a few more weeks. I don't have a script for it. Skip that, skip that.
Okay, now we know that reporting can be tough. It's stressful, it's a really long day, you sometimes don't eat, and it can be hard to keep everything really creative.
I know, and unfortunately for that, sometimes in these stand-ups, they just, you try, they just come out looking pretty rough.
ACSO and GPT will also be, will also have their own investigations. Reporting from Majestic Oaks, Haley Zagacki, WUFT News.
And I spoke to a couple of veterans off camera who don't support Rubio, and they don't believe he will win the state of Florida because they say 16,000 Sumter County residents have.
The Department of Human Health and Services.
It was on these steps just 45 years ago that both black and white students gathered to protest for better inclusion on University of Florida's campus.
Unlike most humane societies in Florida, the Lake City Humane Society is contracted by Columbia County. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
Awkward pauses.
Amanda will be back tomorrow at 5.
Here on WFT TV, BBC World News is up next, and the PBS News Hour is coming up at 7.
How's it out there, and what's the forecast for the game looking like?
Well, apparently we're having just a few technical issues.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Well,
Some frustrations are going over UF's $75 million rights union makeover.
delays could keep it from opening fully for weeks to come. Although today's
celebration took place along Sweetwater Branch, tree plantings in Gainesville will not stop there. People are urged to look at the officials' plantings as inspiration for what you can accomplish on your own.
birds will have
Birds will have more branches to.
Can I really? One busy game.
And when should we expect things to get soggy?
All right, sorry about those technical difficulties, and thank you, Amanda, for bearing with us.
Also, one of my favorite moments of the semester. Who could forget? Well, you could forget because you weren't here.
Good
but
day to
everybody
take off.
else who was actually working that day, who could forget the infamous fire drill show? If you were watching at home, it didn't look good.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Welcome back. We apologize for cutting short your programming. An emergency alarm has cut our broadcast short, but breaking today, a shooting.
Rushed this morning and soon caught up with the suspect. Vehicle.
State laws being written to ban guns from a variety of campus settings, specifically mentioning housing.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. They're bringing in bottled water to drink and cook with since the well water is barely flowing and not safe to drink.
We'll be back in full tomorrow at 5, but your Florida news is all. And as ridiculous as it looked to everybody in the audience, it was actually maybe even more stressful behind the scenes.
Hey guys, we are still, we're doing the thing. Alright. Mic the two main anchors and mic red, please. 3, 2, 1. And roll red track B. Roll B, take B. I should roll that. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blackened sounds. Thank you, Keith.
And unfortunately for us, that is not the end of it.
Oh no, there are a few things that didn't quite fall into a category, but we could definitely not pass up.
And within the hour, the results of the Baseball Hall of Fame will be announced. The three leaders are Ben Hill Griffey Jr., Mike Piazza, and Tim Raines are all in contention of receiving the 75% of the votes that are needed.
Yeah, King Griffey and those guys are all legends. I see them all getting in.
It's getting started. Coming up, drug lord El Chapo has been arrested. We'll have the details.
And the Golden Globes go down this weekend. Plus, it is going to get cooler after the rain. Those stories and more coming up after the break.
And just like Connor said, it will be cooler.
In February 1856, a father buried his 10-day-old baby girl on a piece of land he owned.
The USDA is out with new dietary guidelines that emphasize the role of fitness and nutrition in staying healthy.
This time, the food advice is to work hard to limit added salt and added sugar. Live in the newsroom with more on that side of the story.
Reader's group.
Food as medicine.
Visit our website on WUFT.org.
Another day on the trail of a Stark man who, the outcome of a capital murder case is in question, and we are challenging the sentencing.
The nation's highest.
So winning against the Tide is crucial. Head coach Mike White says Alabama has a lot of talent to work with.
Thank you, Ashlyn. We'll be back Monday at 5.
That's right. Have a good night. Hang on to those coats, but I got to go with the groundhog here. I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, we got spring coming in.
Well, I mean, I don't know. According to some, apparently he did see his shadow this morning and just didn't care, just went on it along with his business. So, I mean, what's that supposed to mean?
Right.
Well, I don't know if we can believe the groundhog yet or not. I think we have a little better of a track record.
Alachua County schools are writing the next chapter or make that plowing the next row in the growth of the Farm to School program. The whole idea is to teach kids to appreciate. We do not have that right now, but WFT News First at 5 is just getting started. Coming up.
Right, there's like wizards and there's magic in basketball. It's all Harry Potter to me, right? No? All right, before we go, let's get one last check on the weather.
Here's Amanda.
It's Dan.
Thanks, Marie. Appreciate it.
Okay, before we go, let's get one last check on the weather.
Here's Amanda.
I'm Dan now, but thanks for checking in.
Thank you all so much for sticking around for Banquet, for the blooper reel. It's been such a wonderful semester, other than what we showed you today. Shout out to all the seniors. You will be sorely, sorely missed. Good luck in everything that you do in life.
I'm sure you'll be successful, all of you, and it's been so much fun this semester pretending to like working with all of you. Have a good night.
That was weird. I
You
hated
have to
that.
thank the seniors.